Welcome back everyone, Alien Sama here with an amazing Figma that I have waiting so long for. This is the Zelda from Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, a video game that came out on the Wii. On the Wii, man, on the Wii. That is a very old console now. The Wii came out back when I was in, God, not high school. Maybe? No, not high school. That would make me very young. It came out quite some time ago. Although it says 2006 licensing down here, so I'm assuming that's when it came out. That sounds about right because I graduated in 2010. I'm pretty young still. Anyways, we have Figma 318 Twilight Princess Zelda. Let's get her opened up and have a look, shall we? So all your contents of the Figma is already packaged completely together. It is everything here. You get a nice thick box with a archer's arrow. I guess her arrow is more like it. It's very fancy. I'm almost wondering why the box is so big, but I guess it's to make up for her dress, which is taking up quite a bit of space in that box. So let's get the rest of her unpackaged, get her all set up and ready to go and see what she looks like, because I am very curious about one thing. Alright, so it's been a while since I did this with a few figures. Nowadays it's just, here's the box, here's the figure, and now it's opened and thank you so much for watching. But today we're going to take a closer look at this particular Figma, mostly because I've been wanting her for a while, and two, she has a very large dress on. And some people, especially myself, I'm hesitant to buy characters with dresses because I almost feel like I'm missing out on the purpose of having a posable figure. However, there was, just by getting her out of the box, I haven't played with her yet, I noticed there is some joints right here, which is very nice. I was hoping that either the Figma would have a squishy dress, kind of like the Vega Bison from the Street Fighter figure, where his the long part of his uniform was a squishy texture, so it gave a lot of room for posing. However, this is not the case with her. She has joints in the hard plastic of her dress. It is stiff. However, there's joints, so I'm very happy about that. And as for the rest of her, though, we'll have to find out. So there is some squishy parts to give way for her dress. They definitely had to think about this figure, why they were making her. You can tell just by looking at some of the joints and the places where they have it so you can pose her and the different textures of material. They thought about posability and making her look like Princess Zelda. So, like I said before, this is Princess Zelda from Twilight Princess, one of the most, I think, one of the most beautiful Zelda games that were made so far, other than Ocarina of Time. And I have not personally played the new one yet, Breath of the Wild, because I unfortunately don't own a Wii, or a Wii U, I guess. It's the Wii U? Is that what it's out on? I don't know anymore. Oh, Nintendo. Keep changing the names of everything. Anyways, so let's get to her. As you can tell, her dress does pose, it does move out, but how very well does it pose? There is a joint in here, but it's eluding me how exactly it works. So, she has armor on her shoulders, which looks like they're going to interfere, but it does not. They did something very nice, if we can see. The shoulder joint, we'll zoom in. The shoulder joint there is much more pronounced than most Figmas. Usually the arm comes up over the joint and that ball is hidden, but not with this one, so we have quite a bit of posability with her arms, which is awesome, even though, you know, Zelda doesn't do too much in her day-to-day life. I'd say little, or she does less than more, but I am glad they made her posable. They even have a joint in her hair, which is really nice for movements to show flowing and all that fun stuff. All this is one piece, so that's the only part of her hair that's really posable. It's not a joint, it's more of just a little clasp that's doing this and holding on, so it moves up and down. Like most Figmas, there's a neck joint inside there, so she's as posable as her hair allows her to be, which is nice. The arms, super posable, very nice, very slim, slender. I'm not afraid of breaking them though, which is good. The arms rotate right at the upper arm. They can come off too if you really want to pull her apart. Not supposed to, or it's not like it's supposed to be glued, but you can take her arms off if you really desire to be that type of person. I don't know what that type of person is, but moving on. She also has a joint, as you can probably see and tell already, right underneath her, or not underneath her rib cage, right above her rib cage, or underneath her breast, or underneath her shoulder blades. So she has quite a bit mobility, I guess. It's not the best, but a lot of female characters have the joint that's up here, or they'll have a joint that's very close to the pelvic area. For her, obviously, she has a big dress on, so the joints are up here. However, I already took a sneak peek. So, something me and my friend Akay were very disappointed with because we are horrible people. She and I, when we purchased the, oh god, what's the game called? The Wind Waker Zelda, which I still own, we both licked under the dress. And to our sadness, it was just leg joints attached to a flat base that was hidden up in the dress. However, this Zelda is not the case. She is actually wearing full leggings. Look at that. She has pants on underneath her dress, which I find strange, to be honest. I find very strange. It almost takes away from the femininity of wearing a dress, I guess. Like, I don't know. It almost seems pointless to have a dress, so, is it as disappointing as having no butt at all? Actually, it's probably just as disappointing. For people like me and my friend and other creepy weirdos who, love characters like this, less is more. And for pants, when it comes to pants on women, makes me sad. No. Okay. Anyways, so she is completely articulate from head to toe, as most Figmas are. She does have a complete functioning hip joint underneath, which is kind of nice. It allows us to pose her very well. She has knee joints, she has ankle joints, she has even a little toe joint. So, yeah, look at that. Boom. It's almost like a completely different character is kind of stepping out from under her dress, because I really was not expecting her to be wearing pants underneath her dress. Maybe boots, yes, something for her to obviously walk in all of her princess glory, but I was not expecting her to be wearing full-on pants, almost like Link. So that's surprising. But the joint, as you can see right here, is, let's see if you can see it. See right there, the little bright spot that's down there? That is the joint, and allows the dress to swivel in and out, and kind of out this way, but not really. Mostly backwards for whatever reason, but that's okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, you can see the two joints right there. That's so strange. I wonder why they did that. They gave her fully articulate legs, but it's not like she can really do much with them. And even on the box itself, she's not showing much leg action, I guess. She's just kind of standing there in like this, and that's about it. So, I don't know. However, despite her legs not being really useful, or I don't know how you would say it, but a plus to this figure type of thing. It's not like, it's like if she didn't have legs, it wouldn't really affect the way the figure looks on the outside. If anything, it kind of makes it stranger, but not in a bad way. I'm really glad I purchased her, so now we're going to put her together. I'm not sure if I want her with her arrow or her sword, so I'll figure that out in a moment, and we'll get back. So here she is all set up. I decided to go with the sword. The other little things that come with practically all Figmas is you get a little baggie that comes with each and every one, practically. If it does not come with one, it probably is used, and the person who originally had it didn't want to keep it, or maybe they kept it for something else. But it comes with a little baggie. You can write the name of the Figma on it and its parts. Comes with one of these neat little things to hold, to hold your Figma hands on. Practically each figure comes with one. I've had a few that did not, just because of how old they were. You get an extra wrist joint for her in this case. Some Figmas come with different extra joints, only one each. You have an extra faceplate, which is her kind of smiling sweetly, as opposed to that one where she's being quite angry. Then you have the bow, which I believe you just pull it apart to put it in her hand. It is quite the thick weapon of choice, so make sure to choose the appropriate hand when applying. And of course you have the arrow that goes with the bow and goes with her. I guess you could pair it up with any figure, but these belong to Zelda. So that's it for this figure unpackaging video. Don't forget your instructions when trying to put all this stuff together, because you don't want to break it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, peace out guys. We'll see you in the next unboxing video. Bye bye.